Hey there, it's Dave Lockwood. How are you? It's been a little bit of time since we went over and talked about our journey, so that's what we're going to do today. So I have a lot of things that have happened, and we're on this journey with the YouTube channel. We're at about 46,600 subscribers. Um, I've hired Kristen from Channel Jumpstart, um, one of the other creators, and also a guy named James Dunn. And they're helping us kind of tweak our channel. Our channel's kind of gotten to a plateau, and we've made some mistakes, and we're responding to those. One of them was once the hurricanes came in, we started posting a lot of stuff about the hurricanes and about the recovery and about all the different things going on here in Fort Myers Beach, which at the time seemed demolition-ish to me. And then I kind of got off on a tangent and got kind of hung up on just posting a lot of stuff about Fort Myers Beach. And what I think we did is we basically hyper focused down onto this really small area, geographical area, and it kind of threw our channel a little bit sideways. Meanwhile, just recently, a couple days ago, we sat down with James Dunn, who did a deep dive into our channel, and we're not doing bad. I mean, we're in the top 2% of YouTube at the channel size that we're at. We just don't think that we've realized our potential. So James. James jumped in here, and he gave us a real quick deep dive before he headed away for a 21-day vacation. And he kind of hyper focused in and helped us see some things. One of the things that we were doing is we were posting way too many shorts. Okay, so what was going on, or what's been going on, he thinks, he's pretty sure about it though, is that the AI that controls all this stuff has gotten kind of confused on our audience because we have so many shorts. We have 612,000 shorts views in the last month. Kristen looked at it and said it was 700 and something. And the shorts are doing really, really, really well. Unfortunately, the audience that we thought we had, back when Daryl took a look at it a few months ago, he looked at it and saw that the audiences were almost identical. And I guess that has either changed, or I'm just not sure exactly what happened. But so basically what we've been doing is we've been posting way too many shorts, and it's overwhelming the AI, and our our long-term videos long form videos are just not doing as well as they should. Kristen and James are both of the same opinion that the video quality and the way we're delivering things is pretty good. The There are things that we're probably not positioning things correctly in the videos, and that's one of the things we're going to work on when he gets back here. So what I mean by that is I might be putting things in the wrong order is what we're thinking. So he had us do some homework. He basically pulled up all of our videos and looked at the longest view duration for the 1 minute to 3 minute of each of these videos, and he showed us the hockey stick that that shows up on. There's a bunch of things that go on behind the scenes with YouTube, and you can analyze a whole bunch of different things. So some other things. We're in our season now. We're starting to get a crazy amount of inventory, which is awesome. If you see in the truck behind me, that is a truck and trailer. That's our setup. That's what our typical selective demolition / junk removal setup looks like. And so I got Cameron working here with me, Hudson working here with me, Kenny working here with me. marching along, trying to conquer this little hill. The book, which I've talked about being almost finished so many times, it's almost, I feel almost embarrassed to say it again, but today we did the final edit, which I've said this like 10 times. And what happens is I read back through it and I go, oh man, this is not good enough. So hopefully that's where we're at. So we did the final edit yesterday. We signed off on the paperwork and sent it to them, the final edit on the book cover, and we sent that off to them as well. So that means that within, say, 21 days or so, I should have copies of the book that I can be selling. We did finish up the junk removal course. We did a free junk removal course that gives you the broad general overview. We did a more comprehensive course, and then we did a mastery course on all of the junk removal stuff. So what we're doing right now is we're implementing Russell Brunson's top, he calls it your Dream 100. And basically what he says is, instead of trying to get your audience to come to you, you go to where your audience is already at. For us, at this point, we're seeing that as Facebook groups that have junk removal as their keyword. We're going to find a bunch of other different areas, and we're going to join those groups and become active in those groups, and then provide our courses, and hopefully some people will buy them. We have sold 2 of them, which was very terribly exciting for me after spending 18 months putting all this together. So super excited about that. We're getting pretty hyper focused on these videos. Have some very unique content. We've had some very interesting things happen as far as what has come to the the surface as far as what people are most interested in, and it's really fascinating to see how much interest there is in the scrap metal. It is absolutely unbelievably amazing to me. So we're in the mad dash to put that together. I actually have 3 books underway. Kind of cooled off on doing any more books for a minute just to get the rest of this junk removal one put out. So we liken it to building the car. We're building the car. We had to build the funnels. We had to do the graphics. We had to figure out what direction and how we wanted to. We don't have a lot of testimonials and stuff to work with, so I had to put together a bunch of things for this to put this together so it would work. We reached out to. Okay, let me restate that. Okay, so I had to build the funnels. I had to create an author's website. I had to put together our membership site, which is done. I had to put together a merchandise site, which is done. I had the smaller course, which is like 13 courses, and I got that done and completed and formatted. And then we have a 30 segment course, which is a mastery course, and we got that finished and it's up and running. So all this stuff took us about 18 months. So, we're learning as we're growing. It's been quite a expensive journey so far. I feel very confident about it. We've had some different setbacks, quite a few setbacks. Hiring people outside of our organization to do things has been, we've gotten nowhere with it. I've had a lot of people who make a lot of promises and don't follow through. So inside the demolition business, inside of our business, we know how to handle all that stuff. Over here, this is a whole new landscape for us. So we're learning as we go. We got a foothold in our new marketplace. The market's kind of soft right now, so we're not really making a big move to head to Charlotte or Sarasota right now. We're servicing it from here, and we've been able to do that just fine. We don't really want to do that, but we also don't want to have the expense of a whole new staff and everything up there until we have enough work to warrant that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up there in the next couple days, and we're going to I'm going to take my drone with me, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to all these apartment complexes, or not condo complexes and stuff, and I'm going to get the contractors that are working in the high end stuff, and we're going to hyper focus on them because that's who the majority of our work comes from down here. We had something really negative happen. I had a video that we shot for a on a really high end property, and we thought we had authorization to do it, but apparently the contractor feels a different way about that, and we ended up getting kicked off of this job over one of our videos. So that was pretty much a slap in the face. It's actually going to cost us about 20 grand in lost revenue because of something. I don't know. We're kind of getting the short end of the stick on this, but in reality, I'm not so sure that we're really at fault. But it is what it is. It's a cost of doing business. We're going to be more careful about how we conduct our business and how we go into filming situations. This was like the perfect bad storm. Everything from their contractor on site walking us through and showing us and being on camera and telling us everything about everything, to us asking and being, we thought, invited to come and film. So I'm not going to knock them. They got pretty much kicked in the teeth. The homeowner is a very private guy, worth a lot of money. Did not want this. Didn't want anybody to be seeing this. So. I don't know, learned a lesson. We're going to be more careful about asking and making sure we have the proper permissions going in. We're so far, when we first started doing this, I didn't want to deal with that. We're just filming, taking stuff out of these houses and stuff, and I didn't really get into it too much. And then, if we saw the contractor there, we'd say, hey, can we film, and so on and so forth, and nobody's ever really had a problem with it. So I don't know. In this situation, not so much. So we've done probably 400 long-form videos. We probably have had 3 instances where we had problems, and we pulled videos down. The other 2, they just jumped up and down and screamed and yelled a little bit, and it was not that big a deal. And it really was just, I made a comment about the lady's cats. I don't recommend doing that. So we learned not to make any comments about owners or make comments about lifestyle or things being dirty or whatever. Now, in that situation, I didn't realize that we were moving her furniture out to remodel this thing for her to buy all new furniture. I didn't realize that. I just thought it was somebody else's furniture, and that the cat stuff was from them, so they wouldn't have cared. Well, shame on me. So I'm learning. You might say, hey, has this been beneficial to your company, this whole YouTube adventure? And I really think it has. I think it has in a big way. I think it's very interesting to know how many people recognize our company and so on and so forth. We definitely have business that has come from this, and how significant it's been. I'm not so sure that we really fully understand that. But long term, I think it's a win-win-win-win-win. The resale store is doing great. Honestly, right on track to make the same amount of money it made last year. So nothing huge there. Who knows? Maybe this is propping us up a little bit. The economy's kind of soft right now, and we're really not feeling it. We're still running about 20 crews here in our peak season. May 1st becomes our peak season. That's when everybody leaves. So anyway, we learned a lesson about filming. So now we're getting permission, making sure it's cool, making sure the homeowner knows. Most of them don't care, which is cool. It's kind of fun bringing this content because it's so unusual. Most people don't get to see a lot of the stuff that we see every day, and that they don't get to experience it, and I think it's really cool to see. So, let's see, what else is there? hate saying this, but I'm super excited about this whole thing because we're finally to the point where I have something to sell. We started this journey out knowing that we wanted to produce what we were going to sell. And, I totally underestimated how long it was going to take to get it all done. So that's cool. Our website, we did a completely, I moved it from the website builder on GoDaddy into WordPress. I learned WordPress enough, and we put it out and had somebody. I literally ended up hiring somebody from Fiverr to accelerate putting it together. I'd hired somebody to do the website stuff on it, and subsequently I've hired somebody who actually could do it. That person didn't exactly know what he told me he knew how to do. So we ended up paying somebody, and the website's all set up. It's running good. The SEO on it's running good. We did a lot of SEO stuff up into Sarasota and into Inglewood and all those markets that are up north from here. Once the market starts to recover, I would imagine it'll start recovering here very shortly, and maybe the third or fourth quarter of this year. I would imagine we're going to get extremely busy up there as well. So right now we're every year with Remove It Pros, we're up every year. So I would anticipate this year being the same. We're at about 10 million when we're shooting for 15. So we'll see what happens. Doing more business up in the Sarasota area has definitely kept us from having any sort of a slump here. The cool thing about working in these markets that we're working in, when you're dealing with the higher end markets, a lot of these guys, they're not out getting loans to remodel their houses and stuff like that. They're just stroking checks and stuff. And it's not, it runs on a different wave than the regular economy. When I first came to Florida and we started doing a lot of junk removals down into Naples, I would hear the same thing. I would ask all the old timers, I'd say, hey, what do you think about this marketplace? And I heard the same thing by several different guys. They said we're the last ones to feel it and the first ones to pull out, no matter what economy that we have. So that's Naples. That's where we landed doing this stuff. So praying for a very slight and minor hurricane season this year. And Fort Myers Beach is recovering fairly well. There's a lot of new houses. They're starting to get some of the new developments underway. I would say by this time next year, we're going to have, multiple new restaurants and stuff like that, more stuff to do. And that's pretty much it. So have not done a video log in a while. I'm going to start doing them every week again. That's my plan. And we're going to start pumping a bunch of shorts into these. And so that's it. So the shorts we've been using to ramp up our primary Remove It Pros Demolition page is going to be dispersed through our Remove It Pros Junk Removal page, Remove It Pros Pure Entrepreneur page, and our Fort Myers Beach page. So all that stuff, it's all going on all at the same time. And that's it. I'm excited. Finally at the point where we can sell some stuff and make some money doing this, and other than just promoting the businesses, the brick and mortar businesses. So it's Remove It Pros Demolition, and I'll see you on the next video.